My name is Ann Walker, but people in town simply call me Auntie Ann. I'm 62 years old, and for the past 12 years, I've lived alone in a quiet, familiar house, the one my husband Michael built with his own hands. Michael passed away from heart failure. It was sudden, cruel, and left a silence in this house that no sound has ever been able to fill. Even after all these years, I still feel his presence in the small things. The tools he left in the garage, the old sweater still hanging on the back of a chair, and the password-protected laptop I've never touched since the day he died. I don't know why I kept it. Maybe part of me believed that as long as it stayed closed, a piece of him stayed alive. But everything changed on a cloudy Tuesday morning. The email notification. I was making my morning tea when I heard the familiar ping from my desktop computer in the living room. A new email. That wasn't strange. I get bills, promotions, and spam all the time. But when I clicked on my inbox, my heart froze. Because the sender's name said, Michael Walker, Michael.Walker at my husband's old email address, the one that was supposedly deleted after his death. I blinked twice, thinking it must be a glitch, but it was real, staring at me like a ghost whispering through the screen. The subject line made my breath stop. Subject: I'm not gone. Don't trust him. My hands shook as I clicked it open. And there it was. Ann, if you're reading this, something went wrong. I'm not gone. Don't trust him. Remember what I told you in the hospital. Please, stay safe. Michael. I covered my mouth with both hands, because no one alive knew about the hospital secret. No one. Michael told it to me on the last night of his life, with his weak hand holding mine, whispering a truth I had promised to keep hidden forever. Only Michael and I knew that. No friend. No family member. Not even the doctors. So how? How could someone write this? I pushed myself back from the desk, trembling. The room suddenly felt smaller, darker, colder. Footsteps in the hall. Just then, I heard something behind me. Footsteps, slow, heavy, moving down the hallway toward my living room. I froze. I live alone. I turned my head slowly. But the hallway was empty, silent. I told myself it was the house settling. Old wood always makes noises. But deep down, I didn't believe that. Not after that email. The second email. I turned back to the screen. A new email arrived. From the same address. Same time. Same sender. The subject line this time was worse. Much worse. Ann, he's already there. And beneath it, a single line. He knows you opened the first email. Don't let him in. I felt my entire body go numb. Who was him? And what did he want? I didn't know. But I knew one thing for sure. This wasn't spam. This wasn't a prank. This wasn't something human. This was Michael, warning me from somewhere no one should ever return from. And the real nightmare was just beginning. If you want, I'll continue with part 2, where the truth behind the emails starts to unfold, and someone unexpected knocks on Auntie's door. When the past knocked on my door, the second email sat on my screen like a heartbeat that wasn't mine. He's already there. I didn't breathe for several seconds. The house felt colder, as if someone had opened a window I couldn't see. I wrapped my arms around myself and tried to steady my thoughts. Maybe this was a hack, or maybe Michael scheduled these emails before he died? But no, Michael wasn't the kind of man who played games with death. And that line, "Don't trust him," echoed in my mind like a warning I wasn't ready to face. The knock. Then it happened. Knock, knock, knock. 3 slow knocks on my front door. I gasped and clasped my chest. My heart pounded so loudly I thought whoever was out there could hear it through the walls. I stood completely still. A 4th knock echoed, quieter this time, almost gentle. "Ann?" a man's voice said through the door. "Ann, it's me." The voice sounded familiar. Too familiar. I stepped toward the door with shaking legs, my fingers hovering above the lock, ready to open it, until I remembered the email. "Don't let him in." My hand froze. "Who is it?" I asked, my voice barely above a whisper. "It's Daniel." I closed my eyes, my stomach tightening. Daniel, Michael's younger brother. We hadn't spoken in almost a year. There had been tension, arguments, and things left unsaid since the funeral. "What are you doing here?" I asked. He didn't answer for a moment. Then, "Ann, I need to talk to you. It's important." His tone was calm, but something felt wrong. Daniel never came unannounced. Not once, in 12 years. And yet, here he was. On the same day, I got a message from my dead husband warning me about someone. Someone who might be him. The 3rd email. I turned away from the door and hurried back to the computer. Another new message flashed on the screen. Subject: Don't open the door. The text inside: Ann, please trust me. He's lying to you. Don't let him inside. Michael. My vision blurred. This was impossible. Completely impossible. Anne? Daniel called again from outside. Why aren't you opening the door? Are you okay? I didn't answer. Instead, I stared at the screen, my fingers trembling, my breath uneven, because now I had to choose. Do I trust the living man at my door, or the husband I buried 12 years ago who somehow emailed me from the grave? The shadow under the door. Another knock, this time louder, impatient. Then, something made my blood run cold. I saw it, a shadow under the door. Not just a shadow of feet, a shadow that moved differently. Jerky. Wrong. As if it didn't quite match how a human body should shift its weight. I stepped back, instinctively. Anne, Daniel said again, his voice lower, almost irritated. Open the door, now. That tone. That wasn't Daniel's tone. My legs weakened. Something inside me whispered, run. The email that changed everything. A new email notification flashed. From Michael. Again. But this one broke me. Subject. I know what he did. And the message. Anne, the night I died, I didn't die alone. Someone was with me. Someone who doesn't want you to know the truth. He's there now. He came for the laptop. Don't let him in, -M. I covered my mouth, tears instantly spilling. Michael wasn't alone the night he died. Someone was with him? Who? My eyes drifted toward the locked cabinet across the room, the one where I kept Michael's laptop, untouched for 12 years. The laptop he apparently wanted to protect. The laptop someone else apparently wanted badly enough to come to my house now. The door handle turns. I heard it. The click. Not a knock. Not a call. The door handle gently moving, as if someone was testing it. I felt faint. My voice cracked as I whispered, Daniel? What are you doing? The voice on the other side answered, but this time, it didn't sound like Daniel at all. Let me in. My body went ice cold. Something was terribly, terribly wrong. And at that moment, I realized this wasn't about grief, or emails, or closure. This was about survival. And I was trapped inside my own home, with something, or someone, trying to get I. The truth inside the laptop. The door handle rattled again, slow, deliberate, like someone testing how much force it would take to break it. I backed away, heart pounding so violently I thought I might pass out. A voice, too calm, too stretched, slithered through the crack under the door. Anne, open it. That wasn't Daniel. It wasn't even human sounding anymore. But I didn't wait to listen again. I ran, straight to the cabinet where Michael's laptop had been hidden for 12 years. My fingers shook as I dug through the small key jar in the kitchen. Old house keys, mailbox keys, garage keys, they all jingled too loudly, like they were shouting my panic. The knocking stopped. The silence was worse. I finally found the small brass key with a faded blue ribbon Michael had tied around it. I clutched it tight and hurried back to the cabinet, my breath shallow, my hands sweaty. When the lock clicked open, I felt like I'd unlocked a grave. The cabinet door creaked, revealing an old black laptop covered in dust, the Apple logo faint under the years. Michael's laptop. The same laptop he'd taken with him the night he died. The same laptop someone wanted badly enough to stand outside my door pretending to be family. I lifted it with both hands, heavier than I remembered. Just then, thud, a loud, violent bang on the front door. I gasped and stumbled back. Then another. Thud. Thud. Each hit shook the frame, shaking me with it. Anne. The voice outside growled, no longer pretending, no longer gentle. Open the door. I scrambled to the living room coffee table, plugging the old charger into the laptop. The screen flickered once. Twice. Then slowly, it powered on. The door banged again. Thud. I didn't have time. Whatever was outside wasn't going to wait. The laptop finished booting, and a desktop wallpaper faded in. A picture of Michael smiling beside me at the lake. The breath caught in my throat. A folder sat in the center of the screen, labeled, "For Anne, only if something happens to me." My blood ran cold. Michael made this before he died. The banging stopped. Silence. I clicked the folder. Inside were several video files, all named with dates. The last one time-stamped the night Michael died. My hands trembled as I clicked play. The video. The screen showed Michael sitting in his parked car. Nighttime, rain streaking the windows. He looked scared, really scared. He whispered into the camera, "Anne, if you're seeing this, I didn't make it home." My chest tightened. "I found something I wasn't meant to find," he said. "Someone's been following me, watching me." He turned the camera, showing a dark shape outside, standing just beyond the glow of the streetlight. "That's him," Michael whispered. "He knows I know." The video glitched, static, distortion. Then it picked up again. Michael's breath was rapid. "Anne, don't trust Daniel." I froze. Everything inside me froze. "Daniel isn't who he says he is," Michael whispered. "He's been lying to all of us. About everything." My heartbeat stopped. "He came to meet me tonight," Michael said, shaking. "Said he needed help. Said it was urgent. But it was a lie. He wanted this laptop. He tried to take it. We fought. I got away. I'm hiding in my car now." More static. "Anne, if he shows up at the house." The video cut. I sat frozen, breath caught in my throat. Outside the door, the thing banging, the voice claiming to be Daniel. It wasn't a coincidence. Michael was warning me 12 years later. The door goes quiet. The house fell silent again. Too silent. I didn't dare move. Not until, creak. A long, slow creak came from the front porch, like the weight of a foot pressing on old wood. Then a shadow slid across the small crack under the door. Not the shape of shoes. Something wrong. Something stretched. Something that didn't move like a person. My stomach twisted. And then, a whisper curled through the door like icy breath. "Anne, I know you have it." My fingers tightened around the laptop. Whoever, or whatever, was outside. It didn't want me. It wanted this. Michael's laptop. The truth inside it. The last file. Another email notification pinged. From Michael. Again. I opened it with trembling hands. "Anne, the last video is not the last thing. Open the file named Door. It will explain everything." I looked back at the folder. There it was. Door.mp4. My blood turned to ice. I clicked on it. The video opened to a view of my front door from the inside. Recorded from this very house. From this very hallway. My eyes widened. And then I saw it. A tall, dark figure standing outside the door. Watching. Waiting. Breathing. Not a man. Not Daniel. Something else. Something wrong. And the timestamp on the video? 30 seconds ago. I clamped a hand over my mouth to stop myself from screaming. There was something at my door right now. Something that had been here before. Something that had been watching. Waiting. And now it wanted in. The final truth. And the inhuman sender. Auntie jolted awake at 3:12 a.m. The computer had turned on by itself again. Its screen glowed in the darkness, showing a single chilling line. "He's in the house." A cold shiver ran through her spine. If the sender really was her late husband, then he was more desperate than ever. The room felt colder. The wooden floors groaned, not like normal house noises, but like footsteps. Her heart hammered. One question drowned out the others. Who is him? And why is he here? Face mask, the reveal begins. Auntie slowly descended the staircase. The living room was empty, except for one chair that was still gently rocking, as if someone had just stood up from it. Suddenly, a sharp ping pierced the silence. A new email. She rushed to the computer. The subject line punched her in the chest. "I told you. He's lying." Attached was a single audio file. Her hands trembled as she hit play. At first, only static. Then, a deep, broken voice, a voice she had not heard in 12 years. "He is not who he says he is. I saw what he did. He killed me." Auntie staggered back. Tears streamed down her face. This was her husband's voice. But the message, the meaning, who killed him, and why warn her now? Candle the confrontation. The hallway light flicked on. A shadow appeared. The shadow of the man who had recently become close to Auntie, the man who pretended to help her after her husband's death, the man her husband had warned her about. He stepped forward, smiling softly. Too softly. "Are you reading strange emails again?" he asked. His tone was calm, almost rehearsed. "You knew," Auntie whispered. "You knew he didn't die the way you told me." He sighed. "It took you long enough." Her legs went weak. He walked closer, one step at a time. "You were supposed to forget. 12 years is a long time, Auntie." Then he leaned in and murmured. But he wouldn't stop interfering. Her heart froze. He knew about the emails. He knew the sender wasn't human. Bust in silhouette the final twist, the inhuman sender. The lights began to flicker violently. The temperature dropped so fast the windows frosted over. The computer screen changed. Letters typing by themselves. "Get away from her." A loud bang echoed through the house. The living room door slammed shut by an invisible force. The man stumbled back. Auntie screamed as the speakers blasted one final message. Raw, distorted, but unmistakably her husband's voice. "I'm not sending emails. I'm not sending emails. I am the email. The computer burst into blinding white light. The man fled the house in terror. Auntie fell to the floor, shaking as the final line appeared on the screen. I never left you. I only changed form. Then the screen went black.